Big Boss Jock Radio Show. Listeners are encouraged to rise up. Join up with the revolution. Be part of the solution. Liberate the Confederate States of America. The Alamo, placed as the capital. Analyst Assessment. Episode 15. Clip being assessed was posted by NBC News, April 5, 2019. Clip is entitled, Watch Live, Trump Participates in Immigration and Border Security Round Table. The duration, the airtime, 52 minutes, 2 seconds. 1 minute 14 through 1 minute 17. Statement made, Don. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to look at it very strongly. Computer-generated slop talk pronunciation makes appears ignorant. U.S. President. Statement gonna is unacceptable. Going to needs to be enunciated. I plan on taking a look. Statement been better. Plan on reviewing the issue. Could have been either of the two instead of Ghana. Coming to a conclusion which once due, if will further inform the nation, stated the word we again over again. The viewer associates with the word we, in turn, is placed into the group and has two different perspectives. Either they identify with the one who is the presenter, Don, the U.S. President, or they're in opposition. And again, is reinforced those same views. Those two. Two very different perceptions would be received from being in the group of we. Due to the computer-placed dialogue, the listener is forced to be in the group of we in order to understand, to continue with the presentation. So even if they don't identify, they need to interpret we and find the meaning. For the group, well, there are two, and there are two perceptions. Reinforced is the divide. And that's the intention. Break up the nation. So take note of the noise. The background noises are computer generated, so is the entire production. I mean, they don't need those people. I can't say entire, shouldn't. Maybe those people actually met there, the U.S. President and the other ones that feel they're at the same level as the U.S. President. Hasn't been begun yet in the clip, but I already took the time and did some assessment. Normally don't use I, and I talk ambiguously. Ambiguous? Well, sometimes we. Could be the group, that's right. Or it could be me with another. I know God's right here inside, so I try not to hog all the attention with my, me, I. Yankee Society, they have been programmed to center on oneself at the same while practicing supremacy. It isn't only race, one race, it's all the races, it's the way. It's the people and what they've been programmed to think. There's another way, and that's not mention I, nor you, only when it's necessary. Because yes, there is a me, and that I do understand. And I do give thanks. Show gratitude for one only God, who does help with the rhyme, line by line. Listener, God's right there inside. It's up to each one to make the connection. That's done by living a high moral way of life. No longer following Yankee style, where the cue of the group is the team leader, cheerleader, chirper, out there in front, to be highlighted, According to Yankee Sam, that's 3% of the population. 3% of the population gets a whole lot of attention. That's Yankee democracy, where the sliver group of the minority is attended to. And the rest of the group wasn't represented. Needs to follow along. That's Yankee democracy. Enforced around the world. One minute 20 through 1 minute 45. Statement made. Dawn. I would like to thank Secretary Nielsen for being here. General Semonite, Chief of the Army Corps of Engineers, for being here. Really, thank you, very much. It's been a fantastic job you've done. Analyst assessment. First of all, anyone out there understanding, now that they're listening to the transcripts, how inappropriate the dialogue sounds when read, word for word, what was spoken? Those does are to play on the psyche of the listener, make confusion. Also make the president seem as duh. He's not doing that. That's the USDIA taking away the U.S. presidency. First goes the president, next day is the government. The ones who mismanaged, tanked the place, about to take away the nation, will not be held accountable because there's no longer a nation. That's yesteryear. That's the United States of America. They're going to be America alongside the ceded territory, which will be the autonomous region of Africa, America, in conflict with Aztlan as soon as it becomes autonomous. First, when it's becoming autonomous, the autonomous region of California, and some will call that a state name of who is known as a founder, a president, Jefferson. They have different ideas, and they want the factions to feel emboldened that they're going to have their way in their territory that's going to be ceded by the U.S. federal government. The Africans are going to be told they're being paid reparations. China's going to be right there. They're owed an enormous debt. They're going to be there to collect. And Don's going to say, just can't do it. Just couldn't do it. Bankrupt. We know. We had to cede the territory. We know. That's what you have to do. That's right. Being programmed. So instead of doing that, bring it on back. There is a solution. Kick off the revolution. Do not allow the takeover. And by the end of this 52 minutes, it'll be obvious the actions which are necessary to be taken in order for that not to happen. One minute 20 through 1 minute 45. Statement made, Dawn. I would like to thank Secretary Nelson for being here. General Semonite, Chief of the Army Corps of Engineers, for being here. Really, thank you very much. It's been a fantastic job you've done. Keeping with the what's written, analyst assessment, computer generated, made to appear ignorant. U.S. President Don, Commander-in-Chief, is who should be thanked. It is a great honor to receive a visit. U.S. President took time out of schedule, visited firsthand project of interest with which feels passion. Inspected on an unscheduled visit. Yesteryear, similar situation, honors would have been given to by others to the U.S. President. The U.S. President should be about the brass tacks, hammers with nails, completion of the project. When describes details, hands off the baton, meaning to the other who is going to talk, allows momentarily others to speak. Time of the handoff mentions a commendable service received by the agent. Great honor should be receive a mention from the leader, meaning the one who receives the commendable note from the President of the United States of America should receive that commendation with respect. That's their superior. They're the subordinate. There's a protocol interaction between a subordinate and a superior. That protocol will be breached over and over again during the 52 minutes. And there's another example. The Army Corps of Engineers, necessary. Place the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. How many countries in the world have an army? Many. The majority? Yeah, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. How is it if the self-proclaimed nationalist is so unpatriotic, omits the usage of the U.S.? What's the intention? Because we know it's not him. We, us, analysts. We know that the dialogue is computer generated, placed by the USDIA. So what would be the intention of having the U.S. president not place U.S. before the Army? Give that some thought, listener. By the end of the 52 minutes, they'll be ready to roll. Opted to be part of the revolution. Gonna go out and bring about a solution. Liberate the Confederate States of America. The Alamo, placed as the capital. 1 minute 20 through 1 minute 45. Listener, take note. Computer generated touches. Completely unacceptable. U.S. President, among the members, isn't just another. Absolutely no reason to touch. Fornicators touch. Yankee is a feeler. Listener now understands computer-generated actions such as USDIA agent Ert Alf, born in 1927, known as Joseph Biden. Incidents were aired, conditioned the viewer accept such behavior, because before they were aired, no error, there's a 5-minute lapse. That was computer generated touching. Understand, listener? That's to condition the population to be immoral, that type of behavior is acceptable. Our one only God, He helps me do this rhyme, line by line. I do give my thanks along with gratitude for our one only God, Father in heaven. Big Boss Jock, momentarily signing off.